HybridFoxKid, and welcome back to the Blocks SMP. I'm in a bit of a different location this time, not in my starter base, because I am in my skeleton grinder at the moment, and if you couldn't half tell, this is where I spent a lot of time. I have gotten upgraded, I have all diamond items, and pretty much everything has the basic level 3 enchant. Most of them have protection, and most of them have like efficiency or sharpness on them. Pretty much everything that can help me tackle a guardian monument. And yeah, I gotta say, I have spent a long time here, so I am planning on leaving this place and not coming back for a fair while, because pretty much everything else I need, I'll probably have to use villagers for, because I can't really merge a bunch of diamond stuff without wasting a whole bunch of diamonds, so villagers are definitely the way to go. So before we tackle the ocean monument, let's quickly head home and grab a couple items we may need for it, so I'm not left there with a whole bunch of nothing and having to double back to my base every 5 seconds because I forgot something. So yeah, let's head over there quickly and grab a couple items we may need. Okay, so the things we're going to need for the Ocean Monument raid are nothing too special. It's mainly just a couple of blocks, maybe a crafting bench, that would be a good idea. And we need the TNT, we need some redstone, and we just need some basic like blocks in general. So let's grab some deep slate because I have a little bit too much. And I don't think I need anything else. I don't think I have a spare bed on me. No, I don't. I might quickly go out and see if I can grab some sheep because I might need a second bed. You know what? I'm gonna take you for now. Just gonna destroy my starter base because I need this bed. Okay, so I've got the bed, I've got everything I need. I decided to use my entirety of my gold resources to make a whole bunch of golden carrots. So hopefully that should tide me over for the battle. So yeah, let's head over to the ocean monument. Okay, there's the monument we need. So now all we gotta do is try and get in there and kill the 3 Elder Guardians without dying. That sounds pretty easy, I should be okay. So first things first, before anything starts kicking off, let's quickly set up a little base of protection. Ah, I was gonna say, it's a bit weird, I don't see any guardians. But too bad, there are guardians. They're definitely here. Okay, let's just quickly set this up and... oh, okay. I've got mining fatigue, do not mess up with your building. Okay, let's just quickly... oh, I've already messed up with my building. Ah, never mind. Okay, let's just do something like this. Something where I can just put down a quick space to sleep so I can reset my spawn in case I die, because there could be a chance I die. That should be enough. Yeah, that should be plenty. Okay, let's quickly get set up. So, circle, TNT, redstone, bang. It should be pretty simple. Let's do this. Okay, so the first Elder Guardian is in here. This should work like this. Hopefully. Maybe. Hey, there we go. Okay. That's exactly what we wanted. Hello, fella, how we doing? And I do have respiration on my helmet, which was actually quite handy. Come on, down you go. Okay, that's one guy down. Did I get... oh, I got a sponge. Okay. Now we gotta go grab the second guy, which I never remember where the other guys are. I think they're on, like, both of the wings of the monument. I'm gonna take this fairly slow so I don't die. But you know what? We can wait and see. Oh gosh, they're a little bit everywhere. I only have 3 bits of TNT, so I don't want to mess this up. I think it's somewhere... wait, where are you? Oh, there you are. Okay, break the line of sight. We're fine, we're fine. Do not panic. We are okay. And bonk. There we go. We're fine, we're fine. We have golden carrots. Okay, get in there. Whee! Hi! Oh god, this is not where he is. Hi, how we doing? Let's take out this guy. Nice and fast. Come on. Down we go. 1 more. Oh, 3 more. There we go. Ow, I'm getting pinged. Ow, 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 ow. Don't hurt me, please. Okay, let's evacuate from this spot. Get back to my safe haven. That guy is still in the boat. Do you get armor trim from the Elder Guardians? Or did that get changed? I don't remember. Doot, 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 doot. And TNT redstone. Beautiful, set that off. Nope, stay away from it. There we go. Hello, big fella. There you are. Okay, straight for him. Get out of here. This is my monument now. Not for you. Okay, come on. Off you go. A little bit more. Hey, there we go. Okay, the man's is dead. Okay, so what I gotta do now is I just gotta get out of here because I gotta wait for my mining fatigue to die out because I forgot to pack milk. I packed absolutely everything, but the thing that stopped the mining fatigue. So I will be back in 1 minute. Okay, with the mining fatigue gone, now all we gotta do is try and find a sponge room. That's one of my main goals of this place, is actually acquiring sponges, because I desperately need that for the next build that's going to be happening in my area. So let's just cross our fingers and hope for a sponge room, and if we don't get one, we'll be sad for a little while. But hopefully there is at least one in this place. We can honestly hope. But what are the chances I'm gonna get unlucky? It could be a possibility. But you know what? I'm gonna think about the positives at the moment. Okay, yeah, I've pretty much looked all over this place and I can't find a single sponge room. That's kind of sad because I desperately needed sponges. Okay, so there is another ocean monument that to the east. Ow. So I think I'm gonna go over there, kill the guardian, and try and find a sponge room in there. Let's hope there's a sponge room in that one, because if there's not, I'm gonna have to travel a fair distance. So yeah, let's have a nosy. And there's the last one. Okay, so after I kill this guy, we can go around and try and look for a sponge room. Hopefully there's one in this area. If not, we're stuck with 6 sponges. I have a feeling that there's no sponge room in here. So I've got 2 ocean monuments, both without a sponge room. Aren't sponge rooms like a 50-50 chance? I've just had rotten luck. Okay, I'm gonna have to maybe track down one more monument because I don't think I can survive with 6 sponges, so I'll be back when I actually find a sponge room. It's a little bit dark, but I have found the sponge room. All I need to do is wait for my mining fatigue to wear off, and then I can start mining this stuff. It took me 3 separate ocean monuments to finally find it, but we finally got it in the end, so I'm kind of happy. I haven't fully searched it, so I might have a second sponge room, so I'll definitely give that a check out once I've mined all of this. Okay, so after all that work, we can finally collect what we've been hunting for from the start. So that can cross at least our first job off the list for today. Okay, so we only have 1 sponge room in this ocean monument. To be fair, I am not complaining at all. I only needed 1, and I am quite happy with that. So let's quickly head home, and while I'm heading home, let's quickly talk about like the actual point of these ocean monuments here. So as I said in the previous episode, I did need prismarine for my base, and the first ocean monument I went to is going to be turned into a monument farm. So I'm going to be turning that into a farm. I don't necessarily think I'm going to show all of the farming process on camera because we've all seen it 100 times. It's the exact same farm. I'm copying a tutorial and it's just a lot of draining water and getting attacked by guardians. So I don't think I'm necessarily going to show it all, but when it comes to the decorations, I will definitely be showing that off. And I gotta say, trying to find these extra monuments are definitely a blessing in disguise because while I'm trying to work on the other monument to turn it into a farm, I can just kind of steal all the resources and completely knock them down, so that'll make my life a little bit easier when it comes to actually trying to get extra prismarine for my base before the farm's set up. So yeah, that's pretty much everything I have to say about the farm. Now it's time to get down these horrible staircases, and I'll meet you guys back at my base. We are back over at my base, and with the acquired sponges, you probably know exactly what I'm planning to do with them. So at the start of a new server, there's always one farm I always make straight away, which is the gunpowder farm. So, you know exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make ourselves another creeper farm, and it's going to be the exact same one I do every time, so it's not gonna be anything different or anything new. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to skip straight to when the creeper farm is done, and we can get on to decorating the area and start up our first little part of my actual base. So yeah, let's get started on that one. Now the problem is I actually have to choose where I want this to go, so I'm probably going to be plodding around for a while. Okay, so I've done all the work, I've set up a perimeter and completely drained that part of the ocean, and in the center of all of this is my fully functioning creeper farm. So it's already up and running, it's already going, and I think I'm already producing gunpowder from this. So all I need to do now is to decorate this area and make it look a little bit presentable. The first thing I want to do is I want to actually make all of these sand walls pure water walls so I can swim in and out of the farm without too much trouble. The only problem is water is really finicky in this game. It is a bit of a nightmare to work with, and I've done this in a testing world to see if like this would work because I did try it out previously and it overflowed and refilled the ocean like 4 times over. I'm just going to take down all of the top layers from all the sections and then take them down from the bottom. And honestly, just cross my fingers and hopes it works, because if it doesn't, I'm going to spend another like 5 hours trying to see if this works. I do have plans for this to be done in a larger scale, and if it doesn't work with this smaller scale, it's going to be quite heartbreaking and I'm going to have to go back to the drawing board for another build. So Yeah, I've got my fingers crossed that this one's going to work. Okay, so we've got all that done. Now it's just time to take down the rest of the walls, which I think I can maybe do it from the lower section. I don't think any problems will arise from that. So yeah, let's just get through this and knock down all these walls and hopefully nothing overflows. Okay, so all the sand taken down. The only thing I gotta do now is fill in this particular hole here. So hopefully a simple water bucket will solve the problem. Yep, and it won't flood. Oh, perfect. To be honest, I spent so long trying to get this working. I first decided to try and make it diagonal. Turns out diagonals do not work. And yeah, the amount of times this has flooded back in with like me testing the square, it's been a long process trying to get this sorted. So I'm kind of happy I can finally put this one to rest and say that this particular one is done, because this one took a long while to get done, but I am so happy to say it's finished. And I gotta say, it looks really cool. And once I've added the last part of it, like the decoration around it, I have a feeling it's going to look really awesome. So what I plan for this area is a cute little sanctuary area filled with like trees and bushes and just very naturey, a lot of green in it. And then in the upper area, just above the water level, will be like a giant walkway for people to like walk around and have a look at. Kind of like a nature reserve viewing spot, something like that. But I think that's probably best served as a time lapse. So yeah, let's jump into a time lapse and let's go. So, in this time lapse, I'm going to have a little bit of a chat about my overall base, the colors, and block choices for pretty much everything. So, as I said in episode 1, I did want to experiment a little bit more with different kinds of blocks, ones I'm not used to, and trying to give a block an opportunity to shine a little bit. So, this entire base is going to be all whites and blues with coral blocks absolutely everywhere, because I'm in an ocean. I might as well use the coral blocks. There's so much of it in this area. So, yeah, might as well use it. With having very colorful blocks, I needed to choose something other than a grey pathway. So that's the whole reason why I chose diorite. And I also just wanted to stay away from grey pathways this season, because the past 2 seasons I've done nothing but grey pathways and I needed something different. So pretty much all of my base is going to be white and very bright colors. But it's not just going to be the coral and the pathway that's going to be colorful. I do plan to implement hanging signs in a lot of this base. So I don't exactly know how the mechanics of a hanging sign work, but if it works the way I think it does, I have a really good idea for it, and I hope it's going to look good. But to be honest, I haven't even tested it, so this could just be in my head, and yeah, I have to think of something different if this doesn't work out. So yeah, I have a feeling this base is going to be very interesting, and I am very out of my comfort zone this season. So yeah, we're gonna have to see what the future holds for this place. But I, for one, am pretty excited to see what I can do with this palette. And with the time lapse done, that means this area has been fully decorated and it's looking rather nice, if I do say so myself. I'm quite proud of how this turned out. It was a lot of just on the whim kind of building. I was like, I don't know, this looks pretty here. You'll probably definitely see in the time lapse with this central area, I was like, there's nothing interesting to put in the middle. I don't know, let's just slap some quartz down there. And then I was like, cute little fountain maybe? So yeah, that's pretty much how I came up with this. I was like, I don't know, I think this looks cute. So yeah, that's how we got this cute little fountain. But yes, this area is all finished, and this is officially the first part of my base started, which is kind of exciting because this base is going to get pretty big. And sadly, the time lapse was not long enough for me to be able to explain everything to go on with my base. I really only babbled on about block choices and stuff like that. So I just want to go over the overall themes of this base other than just water themed. So this base is going to have relative inspirations from a game series called Final Fantasy. If you know anything about me, you should know that Final Fantasy is my favorite game of all time. I absolutely adore the series with a passion, and yeah, I'm a massive fan. So this base is going to be relatively heavily inspired by Altissia from Final Fantasy 15, and that also has an extreme resemblance to Venice in Italy in the real world. So it's going to have very heavy Venice vibes as well as Altissia vibes, and I'm also going to try and incorporate the style of Twinside from Final Fantasy 16. So pretty much any kind of Final Fantasy game that has water in it, I'm going to try to take inspiration from, because there are other building components I do want to add to my base a little bit later on, but that's for later down the line. We don't have to worry about that now. But there is so much about this base that I need to talk about that I'm going to be here forever if I keep talking about it. So I think as I build more things, I'm going to give off more information about specific builds and what my train of thought is, because I could honestly be here for like half an hour explaining everything I have planned for this base, because there is a lot of plans. But I'm still like, don't really have a plan, but I have a lot of plans. But yeah, I have a premise, just nothing set in stone. So yeah, we're gonna have to wait and see how it goes. But I think with that, I might leave this episode here. This was a nice cruisy introduction to what my base is gonna look like and me taking down a Guardian farm, which I will be giving progress update bit by bit on how that's going. It's just gonna take a while because it's a very heavy process, and draining this small amount of water was long enough. So yeah, that Guardian farm might take a while, but we're gonna have to wait and see. But yes, I'm gonna leave this episode here. If you guys liked the video, give the video a thumbs up and maybe subscribe if you want to stick around. Or good, I'll see you guys next time. See ya!